But we're going to start on that email from a Liberal MP to caucus calling for Prime Minister Justin Trudeau to resign. A first open push for a leadership change from inside the caucus. The CBC's Aaron Weary is here with me now. So Aaron, walk us through this Wayne Long email.
So yes, the latest is that Wayne Long sent this email to essentially all of Liberal caucus, a kind of message to all of the MPs, saying, it's a fairly brief message, saying that he believes it's time for a new leader. Wayne Long is not a stranger to some disagreements with the party, going back to 2017 when he disagreed with their position on small business tax reform. Mm-hmm. So he's always been a bit of an independent-minded MP. So it's not entirely surprising that he would be, a bit on his own on this, or at least, sort of outside the circle on that. But this is, as you say, the first time we've had from within the Liberal caucus an expression of the idea that the Prime Minister needs to go.
Right. So I think we have the email here that we can maybe show you. It's from Wayne Long it's 155 people on this email list. It says, for the future of our party and the good of our country, we need new leadership and a new direction. And he writes this after reflecting on this week's defeat in Toronto St. Paul's and seeing the response. I want you to know clearly and directly where I stand. So he says that's what precipitated it. Now, Aaron, I've been talking to Liberal MPs. Ken MacDonald, the MP from Avalon, also a critic of the government, he replied to this with, well said. I'm told then Mark Gerritsen, who's a Kingston area MP and a supporter of the Prime Minister, replied saying, for those of us planning to run again, using reply all to vent isn't helpful. Please feel free to email me directly. And just a few minutes ago, I was told that Chandra Arya, who is a Liberal MP here in Ottawa, replied all, criticized the Prime Minister for taking the party too far to the left and accused the Prime Minister and his senior staff for making some strategic mistakes, but says, we've accomplished a lot. He's been a consequential Prime Minister, and I still support him, and I will be happy to run under him. So it seems like Wayne Long, whatever his intentions were here, has burst the dam for an aggressive conversation in the caucus.
Yeah, look, I think the other caveat here is that Wayne Long is not running again, as Mark Gerritsen sort of implied there.
Ken MacDonald is not running again.
Ken MacDonald is not running again. So it may be cast these things in a different light, but the threat, the risk for the Prime Minister is that, as you say, this sort of breaks the dam, and it, to mix our metaphors, it sort of snowballs after this, right? I think that you've already seen last night or this morning, Catherine McKenna's statement suggesting that she believes the Prime Minister should leave. It's not so much one of these statements. It's the idea that after one has come out, another follows and another and another. And soon you're dealing with a pretty sizable number of people.
Yeah, and these aren't Chrétien-era Liberals, they aren't Martin-era Liberals or BC Liberals like Christy Clark saying it, who many people say is now a Conservative. These are current elected Liberals inside the caucus, and whether they're running again or not, they're part of the governing team.
Yeah, it just keeps getting closer, I guess, is one way to look at it. When a couple Liberal ministers from, as you say, the Chrétien era, the Martin era come out and suggest, or Percy Down, late last year suggests that the Prime Minister needs to be changed, or that there needs to be a new leader at the top of the Liberal Party. That's one thing. But as these kind of get closer to the actual sort of center of the party, to some of the major names within the party, that's, I think, when it becomes that much more politically risky for the Prime Minister.